New York City. It is often called the most expensive city in the world. A place where a single cocktail can cost $20 and a hotel room feels like a luxury. But when the humidity rises and the sun stays out late, the city undergoes a transformation. The streets become stages, the parks become cinemas, and the waterfronts become urban resorts. You see, the best part of New York in the summer is that the most iconic experiences actually cost absolutely nothing. From hidden gardens to world-class concerts, we are going to show you how to conquer the Big Apple without spending a single dime. But, are you ready to see the city like a local? Imagine sitting on a picnic blanket in the middle of a skyscraper canyon, watching a classic film as the lights of Midtown begin to glow. This is the reality of Bryant Park movie nights. Every Monday, thousands gather on the Great Lawn for a ritual that defines the New York summer. But it is not just about movies. The city's musical landscape is just as accessible. Central Park's summer stage brings legendary performers and rising stars to the heart of Manhattan, and most of these shows require no ticket and no fee. If you prefer something more classical, the New York Philharmonic travels to parks in every borough, performing under the open sky. It is a world-class experience that usually costs hundreds of dollars in a concert hall, but here, it is a gift to the public. However, the music is only the beginning of the story. You might wonder, where can you find a quiet escape from all that noise? The answer lies in the city's innovative green spaces, which have transformed the way we move through the urban jungle. Let us take a walk above the streets to find out. The High Line is more than just a walkway, it is a garden in the sky. Built on a historic elevated freight rail line, this park stretches for over 20 blocks, offering a perspective of the city you cannot get anywhere else. You can walk through wildflowers while peering into the architecture of Chelsea and the meatpacking district. It is a triumph of urban design that costs nothing to explore. Just a short walk away, you will find Little Island, a futuristic park floating on the Hudson River. Supported by tulip-shaped concrete pillars, it features winding paths and amphitheaters with stunning water views. These spaces prove that New York's most impressive architecture is not hidden behind paywalls. It is meant to be walked on and enjoyed by everyone. But, what if you want to see the city's artistic soul instead of its plants? New York is the art capital of the world, and you do not need a membership to see it. From massive sculptures to historic galleries, the next chapter of your free vacation is waiting just around the corner. Culture should be accessible to everyone, and in New York, it often is. While major museums have high sticker prices, almost all of them offer specific windows of free access. For instance, the Whitney Museum of American Art offers free admission on Friday evenings and the second Sunday of every month. The Brooklyn Museum also hosts First Saturdays with music and art for the community. If you prefer to stay outdoors, head to Socrates Sculpture Park in Queens. This former landfill is now an open-air museum where massive experimental sculptures frame the Manhattan skyline. For those who love street art, the Bushwick Collective in Brooklyn is a living gallery, blocks and blocks of world-class murals that change every year. It is a vibrant, colorful explosion of creativity that you can explore at your own pace. But there is a question many travelers forget to ask. Can you actually go to the beach in New York City? Most visitors think only of concrete and steel, but the city's coastline tells a very different story. It is time to trade the pavement for the sand and see where the locals go to cool off when the heat becomes too much. You do not need a plane ticket to find the ocean. The subway can take you straight to the sand. For the price of a single transit fare, or absolutely free if you are already walking the boardwalks, you can reach the Atlantic coast. Rockaway Beach in Queens is a surfer's paradise. It is the only beach in the city where surfing is legal, and the vibrant, laid-back atmosphere feels miles away from the chaos of Times Square. Then, there is the legendary Coney Island. Walking the historic Regalman Boardwalk is a masterclass in people watching. You can see the iconic Cyclone roller coaster and the Wonder Wheel without spending a dime on tickets. The beach itself is wide, public, and free to all. It is a place where the entire city comes together to breathe the salt air. But, the water offers more than just swimming. In fact, some of the best views of the Statue of Liberty and the city skyline are found from the deck of a boat. And believe it or not, there is a way to get on the water without paying for an expensive harbor cruise. The Staten Island Ferry is arguably the best deal in the city because it costs exactly $0. Running 24 hours a day, this massive orange boat carries you right past the Statue of Liberty. You get the same view as the tourists on the paid cruises, with the wind in your hair and the Manhattan skyline receding behind you. It is a 25-minute journey of pure cinematic beauty. But the water has another secret. Governor's Island, a former military base turned park, offers free ferry rides on Saturday and Sunday mornings before noon. Once you land on the island, you can explore historic forts, lounge in Hammock Grove, or slide down the longest slide in the city. It is a car-free oasis that feels like a private retreat. So, we have covered music, art, and the ocean. But what if you want to stay active? New York's summer program includes something many people find hard to believe. You can actually get out on the river in a boat you steer yourself, and the equipment is provided at no cost. Free kayaking on the Hudson River is one of the city's best-kept secrets. Organizations like the Manhattan Community Boathouse offer free walk-up kayaking at Pier 96. They provide the boat, the paddle, and the life vest. All you have to do is show up and start paddling. It is a surreal experience to be at water level, looking up at the skyscrapers while the current moves beneath you. Across the river, Brooklyn Bridge Park offers a similar program with a view that is even more iconic. You can paddle right under the shadow of the Brooklyn Bridge itself. It is physical, it is fun, and it is completely free. These programs are run by volunteers who believe the waterfront belongs to everyone. But as the sun begins to set, the best thing to do is simply find a spot to sit and watch the light change. There are specific places where the sunset feels like a private show, and they do not cost a cent. Let us look at the best spots to end your perfect NYC day. There is no view quite like the Manhattan skyline at dusk. One of the most classic free experiences is walking across the Brooklyn Bridge. As you cross the wooden planks, the cables create a harp-like frame for the Statue of Liberty and the One World Trade Center. It is a walk that millions have taken, but it never loses its magic. If you want to see the skyline from the outside looking in, head to Gantry Plaza State Park in Long Island City. The park features restored industrial gantries and perfectly placed lounge chairs that face the United Nations and the Chrysler Building. It is the best seat in the house for the sunset. And if you are lucky enough to be here in late May or July, you might witness Manhattanhenge, a rare moment when the setting sun aligns perfectly with the city's street grid, bathing the canyons of Manhattan in a golden glow. It is a reminder that the most beautiful things in this city are not for sale. They are simply there for anyone who looks up. But, how do you put all these pieces together for your own trip? New York City is waiting for you. And it does not care how much money is in your wallet. Whether you are paddling on the Hudson, watching a movie in the park, or crossing a historic bridge at sunset, the best of the city is yours for the taking. If you found this guide helpful, please subscribe and give us a like. It helps us create more free travel content for you. Enjoy your summer in the city,